Mojang just released a big new beta for Minecraft Bedrock Edition with a lot of interesting and cool gameplay changes, and we also have a ton of information on the next two gameplay updates and when they will release. We have some big gameplay updates like Keep Inventory being in Vanilla Survival, some raid farm changes, updates to Hardcore mode, and a ton of other gameplay tweaks and updates, so let's hop into it. So this is Minecraft Beta 121.50.20, meaning that Minecraft 121.40 should be releasing very soon for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, sometime in the next couple of weeks. Now, it's my pet theory that that will be the Bundles of Bravery update with Hardcore mode and bundles being introduced to Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and of course bundles and some hardcore changes for Realms being introduced to Minecraft Java. We just got the first Java 121.2 pre-release, so it could be as early as next week or 2 weeks from now that we get the next major Minecraft update. So in this new beta, we have all of the new winter drop things, such as the Pale Garden, the Creaking, and the Creaking Heart. Notably, these are not in experimental mode, meaning that 121.50 for Bedrock Edition will be the winter drop update. We still don't know when they're planning to release the winter drop, but telling by the normal beta cycle, it's probably going to be at least about a month and a half. So all these Pale Garden, Creaking, and Creaking Heart features should be about the same on Bedrock and Java Edition. If you want a deep dive on all these mechanics, you can check out my previous video, but otherwise, we have a ton of other updates to look at. There does seem to be a little bit of jankiness with the new Pale Garden, how it changes the sky color, so it changes instantly as soon as you get into the biome. There's like zero biome blending whatsoever. So, I mean, that's just... hopefully they can fix that, because that's kind of jarring, isn't it? So we have a very interesting major gameplay update in this beta that is, I would consider a little bit experimental, and Mojang definitely wants our feedback on this. So if you are playing in a peaceful mode, where, you know, no hostile mobs spawn and all that stuff, Keep Inventory is actually going to be on by default. So if we just go ahead and jump off of this cliff, so if we just go ahead and randomly fall from the sky for no reason and die, then as you can see, we are going to have all the items in our inventory that we should. We're going to keep our experience as well. So not only does this apply to peaceful mode, it also now applies to easy mode as well. So if you play on peaceful or easy, you're no longer going to have to worry about losing all of your items when you magically fall 100 blocks from the sky, or, you know, any other way that you would die. So it appears that this is on by default. So I went ahead and made a new survival world just in peaceful mode, and as you can see, we can earn achievements in this one. Now, if we scroll down to our game settings, now you can see underneath cheats, we cannot turn off a Keep Inventory. So it appears that this is an all or nothing thing, which is probably accidental. I feel like you should have the option to turn off Keep Inventory if you want to play on peaceful and easy, because a lot of people play on peaceful and easy, and a lot of people don't really want Keep Inventory, so we should have the option either way. From the change logs, it looks like they're trying to find ways to adapt the difficulty levels. So what I think is going to happen is that each one of these difficulty levels is going to come with different presets for all of these different game modes that we have. So as you see, we already have all of these ones that we can toggle in survival, and then we also have a couple of these ones down here as well. So I wonder what else they're going to do for normal difficulty and hard mode, along with hardcore as well, because we do actually have hardcore available in this preview. This is honestly a really big change, and it brings the difficulty more in line with Terraria style mechanics, so let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Honestly, I'm all for this. I think we should have more customization in how we play the game, especially on the easier modes, to make Minecraft more accessible and open to more people. Next up, we have a bunch of seemingly boring changes to mining speeds and blocks and all that kind of stuff. You can see all the changes on screen here, but one thing that caught my mind is this challenge from Mojang. If you somehow manage to mine a dragon egg, which is almost impossible and no longer requires a pickaxe to drop and is equally quick to mine with any tool. So that got me thinking, let's mine some dragon eggs, obviously. Now, as you know, the problem with a dragon egg is that as soon as you hit it, it teleports, which, you know, generally makes it harder to mine. It's literally right here. But what if it has nowhere to teleport to? So the dragon egg only has a specific range it can teleport to, and I just found myself like a nice solid bit of ground over here, dug myself a hole down, and then if you fill up all the area on the inside with, you know, some scaffolding to get in and out, and some torches for light and to prevent the teleportation, then then you can actually go ahead and mine the dragon egg. So we have an efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe right here. As you see, it has nowhere to teleport to, so you can actually mine this thing. It's really not that difficult, and we got ourselves a dragon egg. Now, if we mine this with a wooden shovel, it should be about the same speed, and it pretty much is. So there you go. You don't even need like silk touch or anything. That's how you mine a dragon egg. It's actually pretty easy. I also thought about doing this over the void, but it turns out it just teleports to thin air and then falls straight down into the void to be lost forever. So that kind of seems like maybe it shouldn't do that. Interestingly, Mojang just added a warning message when you're prevented from entering an unloaded chunk. So if we can blast our way into some unloaded chunks over here, we might actually see that warning message. Oh, or maybe I'll smack into a mountain. I feel like I should have hit some unloaded chunks by now, but maybe my computer is too fast. Well, I couldn't get into unloaded chunks using Riptide and Elytra, but what about a speed 255 horse? So this usually works pretty well, and as you can see, we're definitely walking into unloaded chunks here. Now, my thought was maybe you also need to be in survival mode to get this warning message, but I'm just straight up not seeing it, and as you can see, the horse is actually stopping on the border of unloaded chunks. So that is from a previous beta. You can't walk into unloaded chunks anymore. Maybe this warning message only shows up for like realms. You know how you sometimes have those unloaded chunks, but I'm not seeing it right now. So we just had a great bug fix to the respiration helmet. Previously, these things were broken, and this bug was reported in 2019. So now respiration actually has a chance to prevent drowning damage. Now you take drowning damage once about every 3 seconds when wearing respiration 3, whereas normally you would take drowning damage once every second. So as you can see, we can stay down here for an incredibly long time with this respiration 3. We're really not taking that much damage at all. And also, I just had no idea respiration was broken on Bedrock Edition for the last 5+ years. We also have another last minute bug fix to hardcore worlds. So if you are in a hardcore world and then you die and go into and then you die? No, I'm having such a hard time dying in today's video. I don't know what the problem is, my guys. I swear I'm good at this game. Maybe, actually, no, maybe that's the problem. I'm too good at this game. I can't even die when I want to. Okay, here we go. So when you jump off a cliff and then die on purpose and go into spectator mode, you will no longer be able to earn achievements while in spectator mode. I don't know exactly what achievements you would be able to get, but I imagine it's the one where you travel to every biome, and there might be like a couple of others that you could get in spectator mode. So yeah, that should no longer happen. They've also improved the world spawn point algorithm so that locations with good biomes but far from the world's origin are preferred over really bad locations but closer to the world origin. So this means that you might spawn further away from 0-0, but in a better biome, instead of being really close to 0-0, but in kind of a horrible biome. I do wonder what the criteria is for really bad biomes, like inside of a lava lake, because we've had some seeds do that before. And then we have a couple of changes to pillagers that might slightly impact your raid farms, but probably not a ton. So evokers and vindicators that get shot by pillagers will no longer be attacking the pillagers. This usually only happens in combat situations or when they're fighting something. These guys have the most broken texture. So now they'll just take the arrow to the knee and they won't fight back versus the pillagers. So this should result in slightly less vexes and fangs being sent these guys' ways. We finally have a fix to the vexes after about 8 years of Bedrock Edition. So if they're summoned by an evoker, they will now start to naturally take damage and die after 30 to 119 seconds. Previously, they were persistent and they would live literally forever. So we've had 3 updates to the Wither as well, but don't worry, it's nothing bad. So the spawn and death animations now look a little bit smoother and cleaner, just a little bit of refinements there. It also no longer moves while being spawned in, which is probably a good thing. And now all 3 of these heads actually properly look at the same target. Previously, these 2 side ones were just like super crooked and it looks like he kind of broke his neck. So I don't really notice any difference for the spawn or death animations, but maybe you do. Another really good change of this update that I really like is in addition to the settings menu. So it's in here under gameplay. If you scroll on down, you're going to see yourself a new slider. Now this is in vanilla. It does not require cheats, and it's the players needed to skip night. So you can adjust this from 100% all the way down to 1%. meaning that you can have one player sleep in your Minecraft world, unless you happen to have more than 100 players, in which case, well, what can you do? Overall, really great addition, because previously you would have to run the command, and I forget what the command is. Apparently it's not this one, but yeah, typing the commands in survival feels like cheating, and also they don't autocomplete, so you have to actually know how to spell. We also have a couple small tweaks to a few crafting recipes, mostly for red sandstone and sandstone, but you can see the changes here. Nothing too major, but maybe it's good to be aware of. If you liked today's video and learned something new, then drop a like, share it around, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.